Nikki, darling. Mwah, mwah. So nice to see you.
So good to see you. Hi, I'm NikkieTutorials, beauty entrepreneur, YouTube creator, and I am here with the legend of beauty herself, Miss Val Garland.
In this Vogue Visionaries session, we will be talking about our individual journeys and we'll also be revealing some lessons that we've learned along the way. We will be sharing advice on how you can turn your passion for beauty into
a career, darling.
Ding dong.
Val, I think we both have had very different journeys towards our careers, but I think from a very young age as kids, we both were obsessed with makeup and the beauty and all of that. Tell me a bit more about your journey and where you are now.
I actually started in hair.
Really?
Yeah. So it was lots of weird and wonderful, funny haircuts. And because I wore so much makeup, people kept saying to me, you know, you should get into makeup. And the way in then was doing pop promos. It was all about MTV. I never said no. Will you shoot this pop promo for this new band on the weekend? We don't have any money and there's 25 people. You've got to do hair and makeup. And I'd be like, I'm there. I'm there. Yeah. Give us a job.
Yeah.
How was it for you? How did you start? How did you get going?
I was 14 years old and I found the first makeup tutorial I ever saw. And I had never seen something like that because I only knew mascara and chapstick and that was about it. And I barely even wore that. So it just totally captivated me, like the power of makeup. And I was like, this is cool. And it just gave me this sort of like kick. And then every day I started practicing. And then after about like 2-3 months, I was like, that video that I watched, and by then a complete new world had opened up to me because there was an entire community of tutorials. And I wanted to fit into that community so bad that I stole my mom's little digital camera, locked my door, put it on a couple of boxes, set that camera down, and I was like,
hey YouTubers, this is going to be my first makeup tutorial. I hope you guys like it.
I got into makeup because of YouTube. It truly changed my life. And then I went to makeup school, and this was in Amsterdam. And from there, it started becoming this.
Wow, that is incredible.
Yeah.
What a journey.
Do you think that if back in the day you would have had YouTube, would you have used that platform to kind of grow your brand even more?
Hell yeah.
Right?
You use whatever it takes to promote yourself.
To be seen.
To be seen. I mean, back in the day, you know, you'd have had an agent, a PR person, you know, whereas now, YouTube does it for you. It's more than just a visual stimulation now. It's a business tool to be used wisely and well. When did you think, I've made it?
Right now that I'm sitting next to you. God, I don't think I've ever felt that so far. Well, I've had moments where I was really proud of myself. So Eurovision was a moment, working with Adele was a moment. Sometimes at night, I'll like go to YouTube, I go, YouTube, I go, Adele, NikkieTutorials, and I'll just watch it and be like, oh yeah, I did that. Yeah, she's everything. She's so funny.
Does Adele still feel like your own name?
Adele still feels like my name, yeah, for sure.
Good.
Mum still calls it, calls me, all my friends call me it. But I could never have used my surname, it's just drab, Adkins.
That's not true.
Hasn't got, Adele Adkins does not have the same ring as Adele.
I think it sounds rich.
It sounds rich!
She got money,
Oh
honey.
my God.
That first moment of touching that cheek, where just priming her skin, I was like, this is actually happening, this is actually happening. And it's a day I'll never forget. But I haven't had that feeling yet where I went, oh, ding dong, darling, I've made it. No, I haven't had that yet, but I am proud of where I am so far.
And so you should be.
Yeah.
For me, I think no, I haven't
Right?
made it yet. I haven't made it yet, you know?
Which sounds crazy coming from you.
You have highs in your career,
Yeah.
you know, which are moments that make you proud. I mean, yes, I was proud of working with Alexander McQueen, proud of working with Nick Knight. I love the fact that I'm doing Glow Up. I mean, that's really
Yes.
exciting, but it ain't over.
Right?
It ain't over, babes. No way. What's your top advice to somebody starting out on YouTube?
take a leap of faith. You know, you never know what it'll bring you. And I think starting nowadays is so easy. You can take your phone as your camera. I think pretty much everyone by now owns a ring light or some sort of light. You want a beautiful, easy, obtainable white light. The quality of a phone camera nowadays is insane. So I feel like there shouldn't be anything stopping you from taking that step and trying it out. And if it goes nowhere, it goes nowhere. But chances are that it'll go somewhere.
Tell me about your day to day.
Oh God, someone tell me. Every day is different. It's not as glam as people might expect. Life's crazy, as NikkieTutorials. But what does your day look like?
No day is ever the same. You know, it depends whether I'm on camera or off camera.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't just happen. You know. And I could be shooting an advertising campaign for, say, L'Oreal, or I could be doing editorial or a campaign, or getting ready for a show. You know, there's lots of different compartments, but that's what makes me enjoy my job. You know, I like the change.
Which is fun because it keeps you on your toes.
Exactly.
You're like, okay, what's today gonna bring? Val, you have so much knowledge, expertise. You are my you are my makeup Bible. You know it all. Why aren't you on YouTube?
Well, what would be your biggest advice for me?
So I think my number one advice would be just do it. Good lighting, although I trust you with the good lighting. Good audio, good team, and just make sure that you shine through. As soon as you start seeing the lens as the people you're talking to, that's when you know you're doing it right.
How do you stand out on YouTube?
Well, first of all, I'm 6'3".
Cool.
Standing out. See, I have always followed my own path. It's looking at the trends. It's looking at what's viral right now. I think it's very important to be aware of what's happening. And whenever something felt right, I was like, I can do this. For example, The Power of Makeup was my first viral video on YouTube ever. And it's where I did one half of my face full glam and the other side of my face was nothing, just completely
I saw
bare.
it, yeah.
Oh, she saw it. And I remember I filmed that video and I was like, no one's gonna get this. And uploaded it and it went crazy viral. And I think what that taught me was that to stand out, you gotta do you, because people love to see the real you. You know, when you have breakouts or when you have other skin stuff going on that you're like, I really don't feel my greatest self right now, show us, because there's other people who are going through that. So to stand out, gotta do you. Do you feel like it's harder nowadays to create an in real life community for yourself like you did back in the day in London?
I think the way you would find your community is by creating teams.
Right.
You know, teams that you work with constantly, like when you do the shows, like when I go to the Cannes Film Festival, I will take a group of people with me.
How do you make it on Val Garland's team?
What
What does it take?
What does it take?
Someone write this down, I wanna make it.
It takes determination, enthusiasm,
Right.
Being able to work fast,
Yeah.
being kind, and also being damn good at makeup. But you know, the thing is, I mean, for me, like, if you can do good skin,
Right.
then the rest will come.
I won't make it. I won't make it. I'm not fast.
How do you use YouTube as part of your business strategy?
It is everything. I mean, I launched my own brand, Nimya, and being able to kind of reveal it on YouTube where you have the time to explain yourself, to showcase the products, it is the vessel to tell your story.
How did you manage when it's really started to snowball for you?
It felt like a train ride that was going way too fast and you're just like trying to stand in the car and you're like, oh my God, am I gonna manage to like survive this all? Because so many people are watching you and then a lot of opinions come out of that and everyone has something to say about you. And whenever something goes viral and that moment kind of happens, I just sit back and kind of like let it all happen and just enjoy the ride kind of, because there's beauty in the chaos. You know, people that have never seen you before, but now they have found you and they find that click with you where they're like, where have you been all my life? So there's beauty in the comments where people hate you, but there's also so many more people that do love you. So I just say sit back and relax, and as soon as it's done snowballing, you gotta start working to create another snowball, honey, because we need the snowballs.
What's it like to connect with an audience in such a direct way?
It just makes everything very personal. You really have this direct relationship with your audience. And I've always called my subscribers on YouTube my glow babies, and they call me Glow Mama. And I think that way people just truly feel like you're each other's friends, like in real life. Like when people meet me, they go, I feel like we've known each other for years. And I'm like, same, because you have that connection that is so personal and direct. What would be your biggest advice to the people out there trying to make it in the industry right now? You know, what are some things that can really help them out?
I think what you need to do is consume anything and everything. You know, look at art, look around you, look at nature, look at the person, the they, the them, the he, the she on the street. You know, because inspiration can be found everywhere. Consume everything. You know, be yourself, but also be prepared to reinvent yourself. Like, always look, what is spiking? You know, like, what is happening out there? Jump on that. Make the trend. Don't follow the trend. Like, make yourself stand out. What has been the most valuable lesson that you've learned in your career?
My most valuable lesson I've learned in my career is to not get comfortable. I feel like as long as you keep challenging yourself to get with the time and get with the trends and get with yourself, it truly has helped me in moments where I was like, okay, I feel like I'm doing really good right now. And it's like, watch it.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
You're only as good as your last makeup.
Which is scary.
Yes, so you've got to make sure that every makeup you do is your best.
Yeah.
You've got to embrace change. You've got to be spontaneous, and you've got to listen to your gut.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it, you know. That's just it.
Well, that's a way of closing a video. I think, Val, you are such a legend, such an icon, a daily inspiration. Totally my type of paper, babe. I love you so much.